Welcome back, guys. This is my Champions League Game Week 3 predictions. Enjoy! Kicking things off with Game 1, Barcelona versus Olympiacos. Barcelona currently sits 16th in the league table with 1 win and 1 loss. Meanwhile, Olympiacos is 29th with 1 draw and 1 loss. Barcelona's previous result in Game Week 1 a 2-1 victory to Newcastle away and a 2-1 defeat to PSG at home. As for Olympiacos, it was a 0-0 draw to Pafos at home and a 2-0 defeat to Arsenal away. So my prediction for this match is going to be a 2-1 victory for Barcelona. Game 2 sees Kairat versus Pafos. 36. Kairat is in 36th with 2 losses, and Pafos is in 32nd with 1 draw and 1 loss. For Kairat, they had a 4-1 defeat to Sporting away, and then a 5-0 defeat to Real Madrid at home. Pafos had a 0-0 draw to Olympiacos away, and a 5-1 defeat to Bayern Munich at home. My prediction is actually going to be quite heavy. 3-1 to Pafos, which is the away team. By the way, the league standings are in the Champions League leagues, obviously, not the domestic leagues. Game 3 is Newcastle versus Benfica. Newcastle are in 11th with 1 win and 1 loss, and Benfica are in 33rd with 2 losses. Game Week 1 saw Newcastle with a 2-1 defeat to Barcelona at home, as for Game Week 2 had a 4-0 victory to Union Saint-Gilloise away. Benfica had a 3-2 defeat to Karabakh at home and followed by a 1-0 defeat to Chelsea away. My prediction is actually going to be a 2-2 draw. Game 4 sees PSV versus Napoli. PSV are currently 27th in the league with 1 draw and 1 loss. Meanwhile, Napoli are in 19th with 1 win and 1 loss. PSV had a 3-1 defeat to Union Saint-Gilloise at home and a 1-1 draw to Leverkusen away. As for Napoli, they had a 2-0 defeat to Man City away, followed by a 2-1 victory to Sporting at home. My prediction for this match is going to go 2-1 to Napoli. Game 5 sees Leverkusen versus PSG. Leverkusen are in 25th with 2 draws, while PSG are in 3rd with 2 wins. Leverkusen have a 2-2 draw to Copenhagen away and a 1-1 draw to PSV at home. Meanwhile, PSG have a 4-0 victory to Atalanta at home, followed by a 2-1 victory to Barca away. My prediction for this match is going to be 3-1 to PSG. I would like to see another draw to follow by Leverkusen, but PSG also has been getting 2 wins, so another win for PSG to add to the tally. Game 6, Union Saint-Gilloise versus Inter Milan. Union Saint-Gilloise in 20th with 1 win and 1 loss, while Inter Milan were in 4th with 2 wins. Union Saint-Gilloise's previous matches were a 3-1 victory to PSV away in the first game week, followed by a 4-0 defeat to Newcastle at home. For Inter Milan, it was a 2-0 victory to Ajax away, followed by a 3-0 victory to Slavia Praha at home. My prediction for this match is going to be 2-0 to Inter Milan. Inter Milan haven't conceded a goal yet in this tournament, and let's hope that continues. Game 7 sees Copenhagen versus Borussia Dortmund. Copenhagen sit 28th with 1 draw and 1 loss, while in 7th is Borussia Dortmund with 1 win and 1 draw. Copenhagen had a 2-2 draw to Leverkusen at home, followed by a 2-0 defeat to Karabakh away. They are facing off against Borussia Dortmund, who have a 4-4 draw to Juventus away in the first game week, followed by a 4-1 victory to Athletic Bilbao at home. This is going to be a shock, but I've gone for a 1-1 draw. Game 8 sees Villarreal taking on Man City. Villarreal sit 26th with 1 draw and 1 loss, while Man City sit 8th with 1 win and 1 draw. Game week 1 saw Villarreal losing to Tottenham Hotspur away 1-0, while game week 2 saw them drawing to Juventus at home 2-2. Man City, on the other hand, have won the first match 2-0 to Napoli at home, while they also drew the second match 2-2 to Monaco away. I'm actually going to predict another draw here, 2-2 between these clubs. Game 9 sees Arsenal taking on Atletico Madrid. Arsenal sit 5th in the standings with 2 wins, while Atletico Madrid sit 10th with 1 win and 1 loss. Game week 1 for Arsenal went with a 2-0 victory to Athletic Bilbao, and game week 2 was a 2-0 victory to Olympiacos at home. Atletico Madrid had a defeat to Liverpool and a victory against Frankfurt. My prediction is 2-1 to Arsenal. Game 10 sees Athletic Bilbao versus Karabakh. One sits 34th, one sits 6th. Athletic Bilbao has 2 losses while Karabakh has 2 wins. Athletic Bilbao had a 2-0 defeat to Arsenal at home in first game week, followed by a 4-1 defeat to Borussia Dortmund away. Karabakh had a 3-2 victory to Benfica away, followed by a 2-0 victory to Copenhagen at home. My prediction is going to continue in Karabakh's favour, 1-0. I think Athletic Bilbao will be harder than the 2 oppositions they play, but still they're going to get the win. It's going to be a surprise, I guess. Game 11 sees Galatasaray versus Bodo Glimt. Galatasaray sit 21st with 1 win and 1 loss, while Bodo Glimt sits 24th with 2 draws. 24th. Game week 1 for Galatasaray saw them being defeated 5-1 to Frankfurt away, but then they responded in game week 2 with a 1-0 victory to Liverpool at home. Bodo Glimt had a 2-2 draw with Slavia Praha away in the first game week. Then they followed that up by another 2-2 draw with Spurs at home. I'm going to also predict this to be another 2-2, which is going to aid Bodo Glimt here. Game 12 sees Chelsea taking on Ajax. Chelsea is 18th with 1 win and 1 draw, while Ajax is 35th with 2 losses. Chelsea had a 3-1 defeat to Bayern Munich away, followed by a 1-0 victory to Benfica at home. And also to note, Joao Pedro is suspended for this match. Ajax had a 2-0 defeat to Inter Milan at home, while and game week 2 they also had a 4-0 defeat to Marseille away. I'm actually going to predict this to be quite close, 1-0 to Chelsea. Game 13 sees Real Madrid taking on Juventus. Real Madrid sits second with 2 wins, while Juventus sit 23rd with 2 draws. Game week 1 sees Real Madrid getting a 2-1 victory to Marseille at home, and then game week 2 saw them taking a 5-0 victory to Kairat away. Juventus had a 4-4 draw to Borussia Dortmund at home and a 2-2 draw with Villarreal away. I'm going to continue with Real Madrid's winning ways here, 2-0 to Real Madrid. Game 14 sees Sporting versus Marseille. Sporting sit 14th with 1 win and 1 loss. Marseille in 12th, also with 1 win and 1 loss. Sporting had a 4-1 victory to Kairat at home, which was followed up by a 2-1 defeat to Napoli away. On Marseille, it was a flip, 2-1 defeat to Real Madrid away, followed by a 4-0 victory to Ajax at home. My prediction is going to continue with Marseille's strong form, 3-1 to Marseille, although it could easily be the other way because Marseille did lose away in game week 1. Game 15 sees Monaco taking on Spurs. Monaco sit 13th with 1 draw and 1 loss, while Spurs sit 9th with 1 win and 1 draw. Game week 1 saw Monaco get defeated by Club Brugge away, while game week 2 saw them drawing with Man City at home. Spurs won game week 1 to Villarreal 1-0, and in game week 2 they had a 2-2 draw Bodo Glimt away. I'm actually going to back Spurs here with a scoreline of 3-1. Game 16 sees Atalanta taking on Slavia Praha. Atalanta sits 22nd with 1 win and 1 loss, while Slavia Praha sits 31st with 1 draw and 1 loss. For Atalanta, they had a 4-0 defeat to PSG away in the first game week, which was followed by a 2-1 victory to Club Brugge at home. For Slavia Praha, they had a 2-2 draw to Bodo Glimt at home in the first game week, followed by a 3-0 defeat to Inter Milan away. I'm actually going to back Slavia Praha here, although they're low in the league. 2-1 to Slavia Praha. I realised I've gone for quite a bit of upsets in this. Game 17 sees Frankfurt taking on Liverpool. Frankfurt sit 15th with 1 win and 1 loss, while Liverpool also with 1 win and 1 loss sit 17th. For game week 1, Frankfurt had a 5-1 victory to Galatasaray at home, and they had identical scoreline in game week 2, but with them being defeated this time by Atletico Madrid. For Liverpool, they had a 3-2 victory to Atletico Madrid in game week 1, followed by a 1-0 defeat to Galatasaray away in game week 2. My prediction is actually going to be a 2-2 draw between these two. For the final game of the week, Bayern Munich versus Club Brugge. Bayern Munich is first with 2 wins, while Club Brugge is 13th with 1 win and 1 loss. For Bayern Munich, they had a 3-1 victory to Chelsea at home in the first game week, followed by a 5-1 victory to Pafos away. For Club Brugge, they have a 4-1 victory to Monaco at home, followed by a 2-1 defeat to Atalanta away. I'm going to predict this to be a heavy smashing here from Bayern Munich, 4-1. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed, smash the like and sub button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!